Welcome back. It's been a while, a couple months. I've been trying to concentrate on my home business quite extensively, and happy to say that's doing much better. I am going to try and get some more videos in. So I've decided that, and I'm not going to stop doing the crafting that I was doing with yarn, quilting, or any of that, because I love doing that stuff. But I also love gardening, and I have been missing it a lot the last few years, ever since I had my diagnosis and my mobility has been limited. So what I decided to do is I'm going to add another layer to my craft channel. And it's going to be more a little bit of gardening. Now, I can't do the gardening like I used to do, like tilling the ground and getting, bending down to put the seeds in the ground and things like that. I've been working on different ways of bringing the garden up to me, to my level. So I think I'm going to start filming some of that. And trying to come up with different ways. It wouldn't be a craft video without my kitty photobombing here. So coming up with different ways of bringing oh my god, come here, bringing the gardening up to my level. And container gardening. I've been looking at like raised garden beds, but not just raised, I mean like off the ground raised, because it's just, oh my god, they don't want to see your butt. Seriously. You gotta sit. My god, don't sit on my remote. Wow, somehow she knew I was doing this. So I've got a couple different things. The other thing that I really want to do, is I want to make a fairy garden. Now, I am going to have to get my son to help me, because I'm thinking I want to do it underneath a tree in the middle of our yard. I'm not sure yet. It might be in the front of the yard, but I'm not positive. Basically, what I'm trying to do, and I'll probably film this in the next video, is behind my house. It's not bad, but it's an area I'm not comfortable to, just sit out there. I know my husband is going to make some, new steps coming out the back door, because it's just some stones, big bouldery stones, and after a while of people coming in and out all the time, the stones start grinding on the bottom, and they just start moving because they're not set in place. They're every time you step on them, it's grinding on what's underneath, which I think is more stones. So we've decided that we need to figure something out with that. Plus, we're not happy with how we're coming out, because you have to come out the door and you have to like sort of sidestep around the door because there's not enough room. And I'm just waiting for me to take the wrong step and just go right down. I'm very careful about it, but I don't like that. So we're going to be working on things like that. It's not going to be easy on that one. We're going to have to get some help on it, because that top step is super, super heavy. I think the first project is going to be, when we first moved into this house. I'm sorry, my cat's going a little bonkers. When we first moved into the house, there was an old shed in the back, and there was not a ton, but a fair amount of junk in there. One thing that I did pull out of there was an old bottom to what I'm assuming was an old bird bath. but there was the top of it was nowhere to be found, so I'm assuming that broke and they just threw that part out. But the base of it is pretty nice. It's like I think a ceramic, and you can still put something on top of it. So I'm going to do something with that. It's also a horrible, like, I like bright colors, obviously. I like bright colors. So it's this like off, like ceramic, like kind of bisque off-white color. And I can't stand it. So I went out the other day and I got some cans of spray paint. So I'm going to change the color. I have something that I bought maybe 25 years ago, and it still looks as good as the day I bought it originally. Was a stainless steel gazing ball. That thing has been outside in my mom's garden for over 20 years. I would say I was probably in my early 20s when I bought it. So a couple of years ago she passed away, and nothing has been happening with her garden. My brother lives there, so I'm probably gonna start taking a few things here and there. He doesn't do that stuff, so it's fine. But I may start, me and her, that was our thing. It was like gardening. So, and I miss the gardening very much. And I'm at a level now where I really want to get back into it again, is from a level that I can get into it. A few years ago, I was still able to get, down on the ground and that, and I just can't anymore. But also I want to make my backyard a place where I want to go, where if I, come home at night or I'm done working down here for the day, I want to be able to feel like, oh, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to grill something for supper and sit under the canopy. And because the other problem with the back of the house is it gets super hot. I did have one like raised little garden, just a little like herb garden type size thing, and I had it right behind the house, and oh my god, I didn't even realize it at first. I was checking it, and then one day we got a really hot day and everything was fried. And one day I was so depressed because it was the only gardening spot that I had at that time when we first moved in. And I learned very quickly, don't put things right there. And last year I used the same container, moved it forward a little away from the house, so it wasn't, I think it was reflecting off of my windows is what was happening. And I got it a little shade back there with a canopy, and then things started growing, but then I still had problems. I put tomato plants out there and they grew, but they really didn't produce much in fruit. So yeah, I gotta figure it out. So I figured that I would start putting those kind of videos on this channel so I can get something going there. And who knows, eventually maybe I'll, sit out there and, work with my rigid heddle or something like that. And because that's another thing I've sort of been striving for, is a space behind the house that I love being outside, but I just don't want to be sitting out there right now as it is. So that's probably what you're going to see mostly for videos for a little while at least. I do tend to do that. I do my indoor crafts mostly in the winter and the cold months. And at least that's the way it was years ago. And then I'm outside all the time, other than that. And that's what I'm trying to get to, now that we have our own house. And I don't feel like sitting out there because nothing is bringing me joy of being out there. So that's what my goal is. I want to make some spaces. I'm going to get my son to help make a fairy garden. and probably some other decor items. And the whole thing is I'm striving for using as many items that I have kicking around, and I have a lot. You know, maybe go to the hardware store to get a can of spray paint or something like that. So very minimal, mostly just reusing things that I already have. Things I've picked up over the years, do a lot of tag sealing, and a lot of times I would find like plastic borders, to make, you know, to put in around flowers. And I want to do something in the front of the house because there's an area, I got all these hostas right up against the house and up along the driveway. But I want to sort of put a border around there so that the rest of it is going to be nice and a lush lawn, and it's very shaded there. I've been keeping it nice and raked, and I'm getting grass, but it's very sparse. So I would like to do something. I got to figure out what I need to put there. Probably shade tolerant grass seed, that kind of thing. So yes, I feel like I am all over the place on this video, but I am a little bit excited because gardening is something that I've really missed for quite a while now. And I want to get back to it to whatever level that I can. I have to be careful. I can't overdo it with my back. I have to really be careful. So, that being said, hope you'll subscribe or stay subscribed, because I know this is going to go in a little bit different direction than it was. But I will get back to those crafts as well. Still working on rearranging my craft room. It's gotten pretty bad because I have been organizing. If anybody, I know a few of you subscribe to my reselling channel as well, and I've been making great progress over there, but my craft side here has suffered quite extensively. So that's another thing I've been trying to do, is sort this stuff out and just I don't get to this portion of it, and that's why I haven't been doing any real crafting down here. I've been focused on my business, but I'm feeling much better about that now. So I think the crafting levels should start coming back out again. And there's going to be days in the summertime where it's just so hot, excuse me, that I want to come down here, because it's, for me, I hibernate down here in the summer because it's nice and cold. It's like air conditioning. And then in the evenings I go upstairs. So in the summer it's great here, but in the winter it's terrible because it never warms up enough. So, okay, yeah, definitely have gone on long enough. I will probably try and edit this video so it's a little bit shorter. But anyways, so please like and subscribe, share the channel, comment down below. You know, I look for garden decor ideas, recycling things online. If you got some ideas for me, or something, just, you know, keep the comments coming. I'll do what I can to try and put something together. But I really want to make my outdoor space more appealing to my eyes, because it's all right, but it's not great to me, and I want to get it that way. So so again, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.